Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your Capricorn new moon and annular solar eclipse. This is a powerful time, Scorpio. Oh my goodness. I actually did a full reading on Capricorn season astrology, and I've left the link for that in the description box below. If you haven't seen that, just because of everything that's happening right now, it's powerful, intense time. You guys are my 8th reading, and I'm seeing it in all the readings, okay? So anyways, we have the new moon in Capricorn with this solar annular eclipse taking place on the 26th of December. And then we have this Cancer full moon lunar eclipse taking place on the 10th of January. So this reading is covering that time frame. However, with these eclipse energies, you can be feeling this energy now, even before this eclipse unfolds, or all the way to the end of January. You know, it will be experienced differently by each of you. But Scorpio, this is a time of truth and change, which is liberation for us and empowerment for us. So I'm going to start by pulling a card. If the area of your life where you have the highest potential of different truths finally bubbling to the surface, and you guys have the 10th house, and I just have to say this, 4th house, 10th house, and 11th house, like almost every sign is receiving these, which tells me we're all going through very similar changes. Now for you, Scorpio, this being where the truth is coming out, 10th house is like your career, your workplace, your status, your reputation in the world, you know, how people see you in a professional light, and the different achievements that you have done up to date. So truth coming out in this place of your life really feels strongly like in the workplace itself. Scorpio, this could be like there's some scandal that's finally going to be exposed, or you know, if somebody's really been pretending to have your back, but they're totally like a snake behind your back, it's like you're finally going to you're going to come into the truth about this person. Because for me, the way I'm receiving this energy of truth for you guys, it's like what is being said to you, it's like you need to be in the know of this. So if it's like a workplace scandal, it isn't like you're on the sidelines and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. It's more of like you need to understand this, whether it's like your position within a certain company, or it's like somebody who's been pretending to have your back but they really don't. They could be trying to sabotage you, or if you're a manager, you could have like an employee that is just BSing you, finessing you, and the truth about them is going to come to light. Or maybe somebody that you really think highly of or admire in a work setting, or you maybe an idol of some sort, and there's like this truth that comes out about them. Don't be so quick to dismiss it just because you really like this person or you admire them, because chances are it is the truth, and you need to be disillusioned so that you to prevent you from pain in the future. Okay, so Scorpio, definitely the truth coming into play in your workplace somehow, some way. And if that's not the case, Scorpio, those of you that have really good ideas or want to make a major career change, the truth that's coming to you is bubbling up from your own soul, really trying to push you in that direction. You're going to start receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities. You need to follow it through. It's happening for a reason. All right, let's look at the biggest area of your life that has, you know, potential change going on. Ooh, we've got the 11th house. This is the first time the 11th house has shown up. And Scorpio, this is about your friends and your wishes. So those of you who have really been desiring better friends, better connections, truer friends, that's going to start happening for you. But some of you may need to become aware, fully aware of certain individuals in your life that don't really have your back, especially in the workplace, or it could be spreading gossip about you, things like that, just because this is attached to your, you know, reputation. And anything like that that's going on, Scorpio, it's going to be brought to your attention so that you can handle it, because it's the biggest change. It's time for crappy connections, especially around like friendships and coworkers, to get out of your life. life, and better relationships and connections in those sectors to come in. And also 11th house, some things that you guys have really been wanting to happen for you through these eclipses, Scorpio, it's coming into fruition. So that's a very positive card right there on that side. Let's pull some more cards. Under the 10th house, we have traveling, which is also card 10. Ooh, Scorpio, that is, that's powerful to me. That's, yeah, anybody that's like trying to sabotage you or come against you, Scorpio, it's gonna like come to your attention. And again, like if you are in some position of power in the workplace, HR, you're a manager, maybe you're just a bystander and you're seeing something or something and you're bringing it to light. It's just like however that plays out, it needs to happen, but it's ultimately for your greater good, Scorpio. And the way that you handle a certain situation in the workplace that's surrounded by like a lot of like gossip and dishonesty and all of that, the way you personally handle it, that could bring forth some sort of promotion or big time recognition for you guys. Those of you guys that want to go on a different career path, Scorpio, do it. You will absolutely be successful. And, I wasn't going to say this, but some of you that really want to be out in the public eye, in the spotlight somehow, some way, I do see that that's a possibility for you, because with this traveling, to me, this could be you in the public eye traveling around the world through people's computers, cell phones, TV, just depending on what it is that you're doing and what you're putting out there. So the truth coming to light is the truth of self and what you're capable of, and not letting anybody hold you back, okay? Over on this other side, we have spring, the fresh yearning of the morning. And that's coming out under the friends and the wishes. Scorpio, yes, good is ahead. It's starting to play out now. Some of you, this could go all the way into the spring or the month of March. I say spring if you're in the northern hemisphere, and then the month of March if you are in the southern hemisphere. New connections, wishes unfolding, different things like that. And again, with these connections, it's really feels about friends or like co-workery type of connections that are having a bit of shift and change before the positive, and you're really happy with these new connections that are coming in. It's like a breath of fresh air, really finally feeling like somebody has your back, which is nice. But also, the truth in the workplace, however that plays out for you, Scorpio, I do see you in a position of power, and it ultimately, regardless of what it is, impacting you in a positive way. If initially it feels bad or it seems troublesome, it ultimately will impact you in a positive way. So let's pull some tarot. So we have the Six of Wands, recognition and reward, Scorpio, or, things that are hidden being brought out into the light, and it's all stuff you need to know. Next is the King of Swords. And now we have the Queen of Swords. Wow. Scorpio with the King and Queen there and the Six of Wands. Some of you guys, I have to say this, like, the truth coming to light is like so positive about you. It's like the way you handled something, the way you did something, and somebody may have been trying to come against you and say the opposite, but they will falter. The truth of you, the positive truth of you will come out, will come to the light. And again, those of you that are like in management positions, things like that, what you're finding out, even if you don't want to believe it's true about somebody, Scorpio, it's the truth. It's all truth that is coming forth. There's no exaggeration what's being brought to you. Now, what's said about you, there could have been exaggeration, just because I see like some investigation right here, but ultimately it's like you're cleared of any wrongdoing, like that you handled things every way that you were supposed to. And so, it's like you actually prevail from this. If somebody started out trying to come against you in a negative fashion, like you prevail, or any information and truth coming to you about another person, you've got to believe it's true, even if you're like, gosh, I never thought. Yes, think. Because it's to protect you in the future. That's why you're finding out about it now. And even if you really like the person, Scorpio, you've got to do what you've got to do, the honest thing to do about it. All right, over here under the 11th house and biggest change, we have the Emperor, Death, and Four of Swords. All right, so this could involve an Aries for some of you maybe, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is the card that represents you. So yeah, Scorpio, people that haven't had your back, friends and like coworkers that, you know, just aren't really on your side, it's finally like it's all blowing up in their face, and you know what tried to come against you is now going to falter, and you're going to rise. Like they're going to see the truth in you, and you're going to prevail. And you know, in that space, Spirit's bringing you some new connections, better connections, friends and coworkers that you feel like you can trust and that do have your back. You know, with the Four of Swords, that's healing for you. So Scorpio, the truth that comes to light and the way that it facilitates changes, it's exactly what you need. It's welcome and you want it. I don't feel like this is scary truth that you're not aware of. This is like if somebody's been spreading falsity about you, it's finally like your name is cleared and you feel good. Or, you know, you're really being recognized for the way that you handled something. It's like you did everything 100% properly. And over here, we have these new connections. But also, Scorpio, we have a wish attached to this 11th house. And where you've really been stressing and worrying, I feel that's where this wish is going to unfold for you, especially with that Four of Swords. Okay, let's pull some advice. Do not focus on where you have been. Focus on where you are headed. And Scorpio, this is for the truth coming to light. Yeah, I really do think like somebody was being shady, dirty, trying to hide something from you, or was trying to come against you. And Spirit's like, don't worry about all of that. Like, you're vindicated. I had you. I had your back the whole way through. And you know what? If this turned out, Scorpio, where you weren't vindicated and you're like, well, that's not how it played out for me, trust the process, because Spirit's saying what had to go had to go. You're being led to much, much, much better. All right, so just trust that. Okay, so your garden is a healing place. Seek refuge there to heal your soul. And this is about the change, the new friends, the new connections, new co-workers. That's your new garden. Like, you're going to be loved and accepted and appreciated much more than you have been, Scorpio. And you need that. You deserve that. And heal your soul. And we already saw that with the Four of Swords. So, Scorpio, this is ultimately a very positive shift. And again, those of you who want like a career to be like way more out in the spotlight, it's time to jump into that. And there's people that will help you with that. Like you've got to set your intention and start moving in that direction and trust the process. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. So those are your messages, Scorpio. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.